Did you know that the first known Ouija board was in the Song Dynasty during China era in 1100 AD, known as Fuji, or also planchette writing? Before you click out of my video, if you don't like what you see, go ahead and check the timeline. Maybe you'll see something interesting, such as the Ouija board story, or stories from people that experience bad things with the Ouija board. Marry me, my witches and Wiccan, and for all you non-witch folks, good evening. Theme song. Welcome to Worldwide Witchy Wicked Wednesdays. I'm your host, Moon Witch. Where every Wednesdays I talk about anything that has to do with the witchery, witches, or witchcraft, including the paranormal. If you like any contents like this, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to like this video. Just to let you know, there's going to be scary story that's happening, and I don't want to scare you, but if you're still watching, this is why we're friends. Oh, you're still here. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining how it was created, when it was mentioned, what to do and what not to do during a Ouija board game. Let's go. Thought I'd pop in. You guys, I decided to create an Apple podcast. If you like scary stories or just to listen to something that will put you to sleep late at night or get freaked out, I'm going to put a link in my description box for you to check it out. Don't forget. And also, if you want to, you can just type in Witch Dark Tales. Back to the program. I'm not gonna lie, this gray hair or silver, it's very cute. I feel like I look like one of the Golden Girls. Dun dun. Thank you for being a friend. Dun dun dun. Last week I created a poll and I asked TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and also YouTube community if anybody had bad experience or encountered anything creepy that had to do with the Ouija board. So this is what they said. I'm going to be adding that clip at the end or after I finish explaining the history of or the origin of the Ouija board. So we all know what a Ouija board is, right? Communicate with the dead, with the planchette, you move it around and ask it questions, right? Well, did you know where it first started? One of the first known written record of the Ouija board was in China during the Qing Dynasty, Qing. The method was called Fuji, Fuji, which translated into planchette writing. So who created the Ouija board? Were Charles Kenneth and Elijah Bond claimed that they created the first Ouija board, called Talking Board. The sister-in-law, who was a spiritualist, said she asked the Ouija board, what is its name? And it spelled out Ouija. And when she asked, what does that mean? It responded back, good luck. You gotta be hella gangsta to realize this Ouija board just named itself. You know how crazy that looks? You're just moving it by yourself, and from their point of view, they're just looking at you like, she lying. She's moving on its own. She didn't know what to spell, so she spelled Ouija. But in 1901, an employee of Bond, William Fuld, took over the company and named it Ouija. Bond passed away, right? And after he passed away, his son decided to build a gravestone for him. The front of the gravestone shows the Ouija board, and the back of it shows his name. So I'm going to be adding here and here. Two locations of the Bond factory of the manufacture of the Ouija board did not survive. One was burned down by fire and the second one was destroyed. Sounds like a curse from the Ouija board, right? If you decide to go visit the gravestone of Elijah Bond, I'm going to put the name here, or Greene County Cemetery. If you do get a chance to go see it and do a vlog, please comment in here on the video so I can watch it, because I wouldn't mind seeing it. I do want to go, but I can't. It sounds like too far. The Ouija board was created in 1886 in Chestertown, Maryland, and it named itself in 1890 in Baltimore. The Ouija board is a big square or rectangle board which has all the alphabets from A to Z with the numbers in between. It's either hello or goodbye, and then it has the yes or no or on the side. And it comes with a heart-shaped planchette with the circle in the middle to show you the letters when you're moving it. It was also claimed that if you pick up the planchette and you look through it, you can see the spirits through the glass. Well, mine doesn't have a glass. Ouch. Mine doesn't have a glass, but you can see through the glass, and if you look around, you can see the spirit. Subscribe that you're communicating with. Experts claim that when you're playing with the Ouija board, your muscular or your muscle memory subconsciously pushes it. So technically, you're not even, the spirit's not moving it, you are. And it makes you wonder, is it because when you're putting your hand on there and all the weight is going towards the hand so it starts moving? Oh. Hey, that makes kind of sense. But skeptic has tested the Ouija board on their own, and apparently when they ask the question, the planchette is moving to answer their question, which means when they're asking a question, subconsciously the mind is communicating with the spirit world. And through the muscles, it's moving the planchette for you. That is so creepy. There are movies out there that are very good at explaining about the Ouija board, because if you're watching it, it shows from point of like playing the Ouija board, and then after that it goes into how Ouija board takes over and, you know, kind of not destroy but start hurting these people. I don't know if I can say the M word, but hurting these people. And one movie that I like, which is the sequel to the first movie, it's called The Origin of Ouija Board. I've seen and liked was The Origin of Ouija, and just one that says Ouija. So I'm gonna put a part 1 and part 2, which are good movies. You need to check it out. I was scared. But the movies basically, obviously people play the Ouija board and, you know, bad things start to happen, which technically that's what scary movies is about. I like part 2 better than part 1. It gives it a more authentic feel. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna ruin the movie for you, but you should check it out. When you're playing with the Ouija board, you're never supposed to break these 5 rules, which we all know. Well, if you don't, I'm gonna list it here. Rule number 1, never use the board alone. Number 2, always close the board, meaning move the planchette and say goodbye. Number 3, never throw it away, and if you do, make sure you dispose of it, meaning it will come back to haunt you if you do it improperly. Number 4, never use the Ouija board in your home. I repeat, never use the Ouija board in your home. And number 5, last but not least, never play the Ouija board if you're feeling sick or under any influences, such as alcohol. Can I say it? MJ, if you know what that means, or any other substance. I repeat, do not. Those are the 5 rules that you cannot break. I'm gonna include this in there because I know it's not part of the rule, but you're never supposed to ask about death, like when you're gonna pass away or anything that will trigger the board. because then you're opening a portal that you're not ready to understand. So just remember that. To properly play a Ouija board, you're never supposed to enter playing the Ouija board with a negative space, such as like a negative mindset. So once you sit down, which you're not supposed to play alone, you have the Ouija board and you move it in an 8 motion, like an infinity symbol, for how many players are there. So if it's 2 people, you move it 1, 2, etc. Oh my god, you guys, I'm excited. Now this is going to be the part where I'm going to be reading your story, and I won't put your name out there. I'm just going to put fake names on there, okay? So here we go. I have one. The story. I was 15 years old and I went to go sleep at my best friend's house. Her name is Jessica, and her boyfriend Robert came over and brought up a game. And as me being curious, I asked what kind of game, and he said Ouija board, spelled Ouija, like we in French. Dude, it means yes in French. Okay, anyways. And my best friend said, the devil stuff? And he said, yeah. I was like, let's play, all excited because I never played before. So he brought it out and told us the rules. Rule number 1, never play alone. Rule number 2, don't ask dying questions. Rule number 3, never take your hands off of the triangle thing. She mean planchette, right? No, rule number 4, always say goodbye. Now we put our hands on the triangle thing, and my best friend and her boyfriend told me to ask a question. As I was looking around, I felt like a chill up my spine. Ooh. And swallowed my spit like a gulp. I just did that. Anyways. And said, is there any ghosts here? And all 3 of us looked at each other and just waited for it to move. Nothing happened. So Jessica asked the next question. If there is anyone here who would like to talk, move the planchette. Me thinking, is that what it's called? Oh, she finally knew what it was. Back to the story. And still nothing. Now this is where it gets weird. Sorry for the long explanation. Robert, the boyfriend, took his hands off of the triangle thing and went to go get water. And as he did, me and my friend looked at each other because he said the rules was to not take our hands off of the planchette, which he broke the rule. And he brought the game. So we waited for him and he came back in less than 5 seconds. I heard a door close. I looked everywhere, but I didn't see anything. Keep in mind, he went to go get water. As he came back, Jessica asked, did you find the water bottle? And he said, yeah, it was still cold. And he drank it all. We continued to play. We still had our hands on the planchette. He asked, are you good or evil? Girl, the planchette moved and I was like thinking to myself, no freaking way. They had to move it. So I said, did y'all move it? And they said no. Well, the planchette moved off of the board and I tried to stop it from falling off of the board, but it wouldn't stop. We got creeped out and stopped playing, and we said goodbye, of course. Good girl. The boyfriend got up and went somewhere, and not even a minute passed. He came back and sat down and said, did y'all say goodbye? Me and Jessica said, duh, you told us to. 2 days later, my friend burned the board, and I heard you're not supposed to. Well, remember how the boyfriend went to go get a cup of water? Yeah. We asked him and said he We asked him and he said he went to go poop and took a while. But we asked, bro, you said you came back because you needed water. He said no, he didn't. He didn't want the water. He only said that because he didn't want us to go poop. I think her boyfriend was a spirit girl because he just said he went to go poop and didn't I'm scared. The boyfriend said he drank cold water bottle, but now he's not drinking a water bottle because he went to go poop. I think the spirit came to play with y'all. Okay, next story. Okay, so this one is from I'm not gonna say her name, but you know who it is. So the weird part, okay, before I tell you guys the story, I had to have her resend the message on TikTok because it disappeared. Like, it's not here. But let's get to the story, okay? Okay, so I went to spend the night at my boyfriend's house. At the time, is now my ex. His house was very haunted. We would see things peeking around the corner or hear whispers. Just very weird stuff. So me and him talked about how he wanted answers about the home and his mom was thinking the same. So I was like, let's do a Ouija board. Well, me and him tried to get a hold of any spirits at first. It didn't work. And I was like, okay, no, let's leave. He's like, no, let's do it again. So we did it again. And it started moving. I was like scared as hell. But at the same time, I thought he was playing around with me. He asked if there was any spirits and it moved. So to yes. And he would ask what's its name was, and it would go to one letter and move to another and keep repeating the same letter just to go back and forth. And I was thinking to myself, that's not good. He asked if it was an evil spirit. It didn't want to answer. So I was like, all right, let's just say goodbye. And he kept on wanting to play. Oh girl, I'm scared. He felt like he didn't get what he wanted. So him and his mom did the Ouija board. And I stayed in another room because I was like shook on what I was even doing, messing with the Ouija board. Like, what WTF? But they end up saying goodbye, and he said when he came in the room, it kept going to the same letters repeatedly. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Let's just leave it at that. So me and his mom went to dinner. He stayed and played games. He called me freaking the heck out because his light that you can open flips, it stays on. He says he was trying to find it and he started smelling burning. He went to the bathroom and he found the lighter open and the flame was on, which you can't do that by yourself. And we was like, okay, we are coming. So he ended up oh, it was probably my hair. I saw something moving from the corner. We was like, okay, we are coming. So we end up going back and oh my gosh, we end up playing again. I know, stupid, right? Well, I asked if any spirit was with us and it went yes. I asked what its name and it started moving slow and started spelling out devil. And I felt so scared. I was like, nope, I'm effing done. We said goodbye and we burned that same night. I was so scared I couldn't sleep either. Girl, I'm getting like bad vibes already from the story. I just saw something from the corner of my eye. Maybe it was my hair, but I don't know. It freaked me out. And that's why I don't want to play Ouija board at all. At all. And the fact that you guys burn it, you don't even know if you let it out. Because they say if you burn the Ouija board, that you release the being into the physical world. I need closure. Are you guys okay? Is he okay? I know that he's your expert. Is y'all okay? But girl, well, I can tell you're okay, but still, that's scary. So this one's gonna be coming from Facebook. I had only one bad experience with the witch board, and I think this is when happened when I was in this realm. When he opened himself up to this realm. I was about 15 or 16 years old, and I'm in my bedroom doing teenager boy stuff, listening to some good heavy metal, period. And let's just say we were burning a lot of incense. Laugh aloud. Well, I was using the board myself, familiar with it, having just got it, and my friends was recording some songs off the radio. He had one of those boom boxes with the cassette radio. Now this is going back to 1997. 1977. Oh, dang, that's a long time. Period. Well, when I was using the board, I just got a strange feeling, nauseous feeling. It was weird. I thought I was going to get sick. And at the same time, my friend was playing a song that he re-recorded. A voice came through the radio. It was a deep voice. It was very grateful. I couldn't really tell what it said, but I put the board back in the box and put it somewhere in the box. I put it somewhere where I forgot I put it. I found it one day when my mom was moving, and I do remember disposing of it, but I don't remember how I did it. But on the good side of the experience, whenever I feel present that should not be here, and also being an empath, empath, come through. If I'm picking up anybody that something's not right, I get nauseous and I have to leave the area. And as soon as I get home, I do a body cleanse. Okay, ritual, right? That's my story. And then he also said, an interesting thing is, though, for the past month, I've been thinking about or been wanting to use the witch board again. So a witch board is also another name for a Ouija board. Now that I'm experiencing how to protect myself, I will do more than likely be doing thing over the holidays. Okay, record a video so I can see. Can you suggest a good cleansing and protection ritual before and after using the board? So for that, he's asking if I can suggest a cleansing and protection ritual. One thing is, before you get into doing a Ouija board, you should always cleanse yourself. Prepare yourself before the ritual. You should take a salt bath, or use your loofah and put any, let's say, moon water to protect you, and just whisper into it, like, protect me from any negativity. And then just wash your body. And then after that, it's always good to do an incense. Burn some incense, play some calm music to set yourself in a right state of mind. That's what I would have done. This one is short and simple, but we're going to read it as well. I have a couple Ouija board framed on my wall. One was found stuffed in my in-laws' attic, and I'm pretty sure it's from the 40s or 50s. And my other one has a fresque, Frisch. How do you pronounce? I don't know how to pronounce that. French. Big boy painted in the center. Got it at an Odie's Expo a couple years ago. Now she's going to talk about her experience. As for experiences, only one when I was probably 10 or 11. My cousin and I were using one, and the paper we were writing the answers to, the questions to write it down, just crumbled into a ball right in front of us. Scared the living crap out of me, and we ran out of the room. I have no idea whatever happened to that board. Never saw it again. Whoa. That's crazy. I wonder what happened to the board. Have you tried looking for the board? Maybe it's in your in-laws' attic again? Wink, wink. This one's coming from another Facebook user, and I'm going to share an image, okay, after the story. Not bad as much. I just had a feeling wash over me that made me feel so sick and ill. However, that was only one time. They are a fantastic divination to when used correctly. I personally like an Ouija board so much, so I have a big one tattooed on my leg. I totally respect people's opposing views though. I get that it's not for everyone. So I asked her and she sent a picture. I'm going to put it right here. How cute, right? I love it. It's so different. The shading is perfect. The letters are so exquisite. The tattoo artist did an amazing job. Cute pajama, by the way. See, a lot of people tend to have good experiences as well. Not everything tends to seem to be bad. I believe if you're in the wrong state of mind, you should not play the Ouija board at all. Which makes sense because some people start to see demons, some people start to mess with the wrong spirit, and then there are others who use it to divine or divination, for divination, and they use it to, contact the loved ones, communicate with the outside metaphysical, you can say. And some results are either good or bad. So I'm glad that you happened to watch this video because I've showed you what not to do and what to do. And I hope you take this knowledge, and when you do decide to play with the Ouija board, just be careful at your own risk. You never know whether it's going to be good or bad. And just because someone says it's just a game, sometimes it can just be that. And in other times, games can always go wrong. Think about it. Are you willing to risk your life to play this game that everyone so called just a game? Be mindful. Oh, I love these stories. Thank you, you guys. Oh my God. I didn't think nobody was going to reach out to me and comment back because I'm still a small YouTuber. So I didn't think nobody was going to respond, but I got a lot of responses. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Ouija boards are not meant to be played with unless you can handle it or with care. There's a ritual in my Book of Shadows. I already know it by heart because I read it so much. Before you enter to play with the Ouija board, you have to cast a magic circle to keep energy such as negativity or demonic beings from entering the circle. And you're playing it, but you gotta remember, you have to have the right state of mind. You cannot be in a negative state of mind because that will bring it more closer to you and attachment. Now, here is what I would have done if I was playing the Ouija board. First, I will prepare myself in the shower before I play, which means I will be doing a body cleansing with either bath salts or an infused essential oils. Then, after that, I will clean my space, which means I will be consecrating it, as in brooming, sweeping all the negativity away, making sure the environment is clean, make sure there's no anything that's lingering. So then I will burn incense. I usually use sandalwood to calm the air, and after that I'm gonna be putting a salt in a circle. So to create the circle, I will be either using salt or candle and putting in a circle. Then I will visualize a circle surrounding me. Obviously, I'm going to start playing with the Ouija board. Now, once I'm done, I'm going to be closing the circle, and then I'm going to be brooming again to cleanse any negativity that was there, that was lingering after the ritual of me playing with the Ouija board. From there, I will jump in the shower and do it again. Bath salt, visualize, no negativity linger around me. And then I always use either sage to just cleanse the area. Not a big heavy one, but a little duty, Yeah. Ouija boards are fun. Obviously, you get to communicate with, the other side. But little did you know, it tends to be a little hectic. Or if you're playing with somebody who's in a negative state of mind, they can bring forth something that none of us are ready for. So I usually play with people who are open-minded and not, let's just say, thinking about evil thing that's going to be happening, because manifestation is real. So that tends to happen if you're going to be playing with the Ouija board. So just remember to just relax and keep an open mind. But if you do get scared, just say goodbye and just close it and go. And then cleanse yourself. Well, thank you for watching. If you like any more content like this, go ahead and drop down a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Blessed be my witches and wicked, and have a good night.